It was the easiest onboarding experience I've had, and I've worked with 6 different CRMs across my career
Oh, wow. So the very easiest software you've ever onboarded, you'd say.
by far.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Um, Once you started using RoofLink more day to day, was there anything that surprised you most about the platform?
Yeah, honestly, the way you can customize it so much to your own needs. Usually when you're using a program, they're like, well, this is our program, this is what we can do. RoofLink, you can really customize the way you run your business, the way your leads come in, the way you just distribute your leads, the way you see your dashboards, all your guys, you can set it up for everybody seeing the same thing, and there's not a lot of guessing, and nobody else really offers you that customization.
And were there like specific company goals that you set after being fully onboarded with RoofLink that you hit pretty quickly? Did you surpass those goals?
Yeah, so one of our goals was growth. And so how fast can you bring people in, train them, get them scaled up, moving forward on the product? And that made it real easy because then we can go in, we can set up we have a sales rep's dashboard. So every time we hire a sales rep, they get the same dashboard as everybody else, and they can go through our training, and they're there. And when somebody gets promoted to a team lead, they go to a team lead dashboard. And so they already know some of the functionality, but they pick up another few things, and it just makes the scaling faster. So now we can open remote offices that are not right there with us. And once you train one person, they can develop other people.
Are there specific metrics that you're tracking on those dashboards for each role? Like, what are some of those metrics that are different from rep level to manager level?
Yeah, so on the manager level, we're looking more of your AR, your receivables. You're going to track your guys' leads and close rates and stuff like that. On the rep level, you're going after numbers. You still see your ARs, but just your independent ones. So you can know what you're supposed to be collecting and everything. But we're real big on self-gen leads. So the way we manage our company is, if you ever bring a lead in and you sell them anything, they're your customer for life. So if they ever call back into the office and they say, hey, I had my roof replaced 5 years ago, we look it up, Mitch did your roof, it automatically goes back to Mitch. And so it's a way to generate, future leads that'll always be yours. And that leaderboard that it has on there, along with the self-gen, you can see where you're going neck and neck with everybody. And that's 2 of our KPIs that we track through RoofLink.
Wow, that's awesome. I really like how you do that. Like, whatever you sell, whoever you sell, they're with you.
It really helps in retaining people. We don't have a turnover in the sales rep area normally.
How does using RoofLink within your company help your customers' experience with getting a new roof or whatever it might be? How is your customers' end experience improved?
Well, I mean, a lot of stuff that the client doesn't see, the back end stuff, like how smooth of a transition it is to make sure the materials order, the crews are scheduled. We send an email out, every homeowner is one of our templates we have in RoofLink. As soon as we schedule the roof, the homeowner gets an email, hey, we're going to be coming out this day, just a reminder to keep your driveway cleared. If you got any dogs, let's get them inside. So any small things that could cause headaches, because even though you communicate things, that does get missed. So just another level of communication going out, really helps the experience with the client go smooth.
Awesome. How was that experience like before RoofLink? Like, were there a lot of projects that kind of fell through the cracks, or were there customers
They didn't really fall through the cracks, but you could show up and they wouldn't know you were coming. If you had a sales rep that forgot to notify somebody, there was no automatic notification. So now every time we schedule a crew, the automatic email goes out. So it's just one more touch point. And our system before that, there was nothing. It was just all make sure you call them, text them. So now it's automated.
Wow, so there's a lot of manual, just like tasks, like I have to do this, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and then
awesome.
you get busy and you forget to do this, and
right.
Now we got a mad client when you show up at 6 a.m. and you're beating on the roof.
Yeah, I'm sure that also helps with churn as well.
Yeah.
What would your process look like without RoofLink? Like, how many other tasks would you be doing, or like how many spreadsheets would you be using without RoofLink?
So, to me, to think about moving away from RoofLink would be like, I'd be like doubling my workload probably, having to go back, train everybody on 2 different apps, training everybody on different processes, nothing's the same, and I really don't want to do that. We've been able to, in metrics, I would just say we've been able to onboard people faster. So, we were $17 million company So now we're a $30 million company with RoofLink. And it's been the speed of getting people in the field, like, okay, now we can come in, we can set them down real quick. We utilize the RoofLink school program that y'all have. And then the dashboards that are already set, custom set, it's like, they don't have to guess where they're going. It's the real quick flow. We developed checklist. That's a big thing with RoofLink. You could develop your own checklist. Not every company uses the same checklist, but we have ours, prospects, job set up, supplement checklist. It's a big feature to put in there. And so that's when RoofLink come on, and we got trained in RoofLink, and we were able to onboard people at a faster pace. We get them in the field, and it's almost like you've got an experienced guy out there, and he's we don't hire previous roofing sales reps. I mean, I got radiology techs, I got billboard sales guys. I mean, we don't go out and look for experience. So we look for culture. We're a family-based business. I mean, our culture is Christ, family, then DT. And so we're looking for guys that are going to come in and want to build our reputation in the community. And so as we can take somebody like that has no sales experience and onboard them a lot faster with a system like RoofLink, that's where we get our advantages.
How much success do your reps get from just using RoofLink and being with DT Roofing? Like, do they usually stay with you for years, or is it just like a selling season, or are they with you and continue to grow for years?
I think our longest tenured rep is 10 years, and I've been with DT for 3 years, and we've only lost one rep, and that was over performance in those 3 years. So we don't, again, the culture and the process, bring them in, we're all, W-2 employees. So, we bring them in, we train, and we want to make sure that they know that we're going to invest in their future. And it's through things like, RoofLink, Sales Rabbit, other programs that we use that we use or have used that shows the growth of the company. But the biggest thing is, I tell you, is to really rely on your referral-based programs. I mean, everybody gets stuck on knocking doors. They think it's all about door knocking, but we invest in the community, and we try to be present when nothing's there. And then when something happens, they think about you. And that's our biggest jump. We are very heavy in charities. We have a program called DT Serves. So we go out and we will help people in the community. We just rebuilt a porch for an elderly widow in Granbury. We've did a couple roofs for people. We did small tasks like landscaping. We put coffee cups in restaurants, local mom and pop restaurants. We provide the coffee cups. Their logo's on one side, our logo's on the other side. And we do old school billboard, shopping carts in grocery stores. It's anything, the more touches that you can see people, it really helps. I mean, I was in a restaurant the other day before school started back, and there was a group of teachers in there. I paid for their lunch, and the waiter did not tell them who it was. And then one of the ladies looked right my way, and she seen my DT hat on, and she said, he paid for it, he's got a DT hat on. So, building your brand and just building it in the community where you're not just chasing a storm. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up at. I mean, in the Dallas-Fort Worth market alone, there's 8,000 roofing companies. I mean, you have no regulations to start a roofing company. So what do you do to separate yourself? Is you invest time. The profit margin has increased since we brought on RoofLink. We've been able to double our sales and maybe brought in one more office support person. So it enables jobs to flow a lot smoother. That's just going to be another step that's going to help everything smooth, so you're not double checking invoices and things of that nature. But the project management side with RoofLink is a lot smoother. So when we order our material, we order everything up. It's on everybody's calendars. It's a real quick process you can check. So it definitely takes a lot less staff to manage. I mean, you're talking doubling your sales, and the only people we added was a few sales reps. We didn't have to add anybody to support those sales reps. Us being a relationship company, we partner with people, and we believe in our partnerships, and the support that we've got since we've been at RoofLink has been top notch. They listen and they make adjustments when they can, and as crazy as it sounds, you don't get that everywhere. You don't get honest people that really want to work with you. Not just about the amount of users you've got signed up. It's about a true partnership, and that's what makes businesses grow together.